Dun, 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 dun. Oh, she is looking dark today. It's giving Melania book jacket cover, low key. One
Hello,
side.
hello, hey, hello, hello, hey,
Hey,
hello,
y'all,
hello,
and welcome back
hello,
to
hello.
another episode of the Untitled Africans podcast. I'm your host, MC Batty aka Brian, with your girl.
Wangechi with the astrology, honey.
Child. Okay, she's an astrologer. She knows the stars. Let her read your fates, honey.
Seeing the sun, the stars, the signs, the moon, the houses. Even though I
Call
don't
up Miss
know mine.
Call up Miss Cleo. I'll tell you your fate.
Did she do astrology?
I think so, or something like that. No, she said call me now. I'll tell you your future.
No. I honestly remember, like when I hear that, I just think about Raven Simone doing it,
That's
or Miss Simone
Miss
and her episode
Simone. No, literally. Apparently, she had a whole Lifetime like movie show documentary come out about her. I didn't even know about that.
about Raven. Or
No,
Miss.
about Miss Cleo.
Oh,
You got to check it out. But before we get too into this episode, girl, how are you? How have you been? How's your week
I'm
going?
doing well. I'm doing well. Busy times, but for the best, in the best way possible. I
And
got through the hardest days, or the busiest days, I should say, and really, it was well worth all the energy that it required from me, and I'm grateful for it. All of my experiences. Shout out to our girl Jay, Mrs. HOA. Okay, she's a homeowner.
Miss
And,
HOA is
she
crazy.
had, huh?
Miss HOA is crazy.
Mrs. HOA, and she had the event of all events, as she always does, honey.
Look, that housewarming was one for the books.
One for the books. Her house was decorated to no end. You come in, there's a Polaroid camera for you to take a picture. Every inch of her house is decorated. Like, I went into her garage just to grab something real quick, and I see all these covered little tables. And I'm like, girl, not there's a whole this is a whole separate like venue space. But
No,
I was talking to
literally.
her dad, and like he was showing me like the parties that he throws. This man got VIP sections in his house.
Listen, let me tell you
Mhm.
something. That man is a promoter. He is a DJ. He is an MC. He is Mr. Do It. Like, you need somebody to get your party going? Call that man. This man
Call
came
them
in.
now.
Call him now. Like his own sound system, his own like microphones. I was like, when I came in there, I said, I don't know why I've been bringing my little tiny speaker. Meanwhile, y'all had these big old ones sitting
Honey,
around.
they get down. They don't play, babes.
It's the fact that that man had us out there dancing till 2 a.m. For
Man.
what?
And the way I was tired already by 7:30 that night. Then I had to go
Exhausted.
over there, and I was like, "Hold on, okay, I guess the night has just begun." Wow.
The night is still young, and
Yes.
so
So how was
are
your
we.
how are you? How are you doing?
I am doing very pleasant. I'm pleasant. I'll say that. Week's been. I'm trying to. I was off last week because of my fucking kidney stone. Which update if you care. Has not passed still. Um,
Where's your water bottle?
girl, it's over there in the corner.
Mm.
At this point, I'm sick of seeing her. She's sick of seeing me.
No, there's no
But
sick until that stone
we
has passed, baby.
we go together real bad, real bad. No,
Yeah.
like I have been. It's gonna be a little TMI for our listeners, but I have been getting up to pee every 30 minutes on the dot.
That's
Like
healthy.
I'm like every time it's like clockwork. My pee is just like, do you know you have 30 minutes? 30 minutes. Um, it's I guess it's good because like that means flushing out
Flush it out.
toxins. Yeah, but I need this stone to pass because they say when it does pass, you'll know.
Hmm.
But I have
Does
not felt
mineral
anything.
water and stuff like that help?
Well, that's the thing about it is like kidney stones are made of minerals. So
So
I
is
don't
that
know if mineral water would be
is what
good
you need
to,
right now?
yeah. But we'll consult the medical experts and see. But yeah, I was off work dealing with that last week. So like this week was all I was just playing catch up with everything. And I lucky never want to miss a day of work and have to play catch up again during a busy season right before the holidays too. And I'm just like, but then
Right before the
now,
holidays?
yeah, like like uh hospitality, the holidays are like the hottest like time frames for them. So it's like they be
But it's
wanting.
October, like Mariah Carey hasn't even melted yet. I feel like it's still early
She
days.
may she may not have defrosted, but let me tell you, these property managers and companies, they want their reports on
Mm.
time.
Is it like
Okay.
because of like y'all have like a lull or something in November, December? So it's like I need to crank it out before
Yeah,
that comes?
so it's like this weird pattern that I don't understand. I don't know how it works, but like summer everyone's like off so it's not as busy, but then literally as soon as they get back they get into like prepping for holiday time. So between like September, October, it's like mad dash for like everything and you're just like, "Whoa,
Oh,
bombarded." So, yeah,
which
but I've been, so I was off from work last week and I've been like catching up with stuff there. But then also I'm just like, I'm gonna be gone again for like 6 days in like another week. And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to play catch up all over again. I'm like, I'm already exhausted having to think about it, but I'm needing a vacation and this vacation could not come soon enough, honey. Let me tell
wait,
you.
so will you I have a follow-up question because what is this kidney stone situation gonna look like? Like it can just pass while you're on a cruise.
Honey, I'm gonna bring every pain med that they gave me. Hopefully they'll let me go through security with them. I have a prescription. Do I need paperwork? I don't know.
I mean,
So
it'll be
we
fine. I
shall
mean,
see.
yeah, it's not like you're bringing random pills, like babes. If they
Oh,
want to know the nitty gritty, they can learn the nitty gritty.
well, okay. I'm a little more TMI. Y'all really about to get to know my entire fucking health chart like on this podcast if you ever listen. But
It
okay,
doesn't mean nothing
so
to Brian.
I had some blood work done a couple of weeks back, right? I went to go see my PCP and they were like, "We need blood work." I said, "Okay, cool." Took the blood, did the blood work, test came back. Tell me why they were like, you have a fatty liver. I said, "Hold up, she done lost 50 pounds. What you mean a fatty liver?"
What does that mean?
Girl, so apparently my liver enzymes are up, which which could either be caused by a few things. Alcohol, which I've been sober for the most part, so we know it's not that. Um, Obesity. Apparently, losing 50 plus pounds doesn't fucking count anymore for shit.
Said it don't
Um,
matter, honey. That's crazy.
Also, I'm like, I wonder to all my formerly big people, when y'all started losing weight, did all these like health things start popping up? Because I have
I
been
thought it was supposed
having.
to be the opposite. Like you start
That's what
losing
I'm
weight
saying. But
and
I'm
then
like, is it now that like, my body's, I guess
rejecting the
doing,
weight loss.
not rejecting it, but like doing what it's been supposed to be doing as far as like my like insulin resistors and shit, that now it's just like, oh shit, we're supposed to be doing this the whole time. Okay, come on. Now it's in fucking overdrive and everything that was an issue that I didn't know it was an issue is now an issue. So yeah, I just, mind you, that was the first call I had this morning, is that, oh, by the way, your liver enzymes are up above like like above levels that are
But
normal. And I'm
don't
like,
doesn't your liver also process like medicine and pills and stuff and
yes.
haven't
So
taken
they did say, but it was mostly like they were like, are you on any painkillers? And I was like, no. Or at least when I was taking the test, I wasn't on any painkillers.
right.
So
But I think it still counts if it's like supplements. Like your liver still has to process non
you
painkillers.
think so?
I'm pretty sure like all pills from what I know, I'm no medical expert, but I'm pretty sure that like your liver
Well,
processes pills and
I
morphine.
will I will ask my mom, the health professional, and I'm sure she'll have a
And
WebMD
our in-house
article
pharmacist friend
or
who can
some.
probably help you with
Yeah,
that. Don't I
I'm
don't know
sure
if you should ask your mom, but you put her through enough stress this last week
you're
as
right.
but now
That
you should
lady
ask,
that
ask
lady
her.
does not need, but I mean, who else am I going, so
Right. Don't go to
yeah.
WebMD because she'll be like, you know you have 30 minutes, your liver has 30 minutes.
I'm like, girl. So, but they say that like eating healthier fruits and vegetables and like exercising should like alleviate. But then the thing is, like, I took that test like weeks ago. So I'm like, but you do know what? I did take it after me and you had gone out and I had my first sip of alcohol.
Baby, I'm gonna tell you that right now. That little drink and a half that you took is not enough to cause that. Not unless you have a super sensitive liver all of a sudden, which that's a whole nother issue. But I
So,
really don't think a
so
double shot
now
isn't enough.
it wasn't even a double shot because I think I had what? It was a Paloma with reposado, and then I had a green tea cocktail instead of a shot at the second spot. But my thing is though now is like, because I talked to them about this and they were like, yeah, if you haven't been drinking, you probably should stop. I said,
Yeah. Well, yes.
well, yes.
Maybe it was a good thing that you decided to stop now, honey. That was really like God, because the fact that you're
Right?
having because okay, because you're having these liver issues when you haven't been drinking. The only reason you know about it is because you had to go to the hospital. But imagine if you've been drinking all this time, like how much worse it could have
Oh my
got.
God, imagine.
Like,
Oh,
I'm glad.
praise the Lord. Oh my God. Amen. But anyway, that's how I've been. And that's an update on Brian's medical chart. Woohoo!
Woo! Well, I'm glad that you're like checking on yourself and like knowing the things. Sometimes that's to come by force, but better you know now than later. I
Later
need to
down the line
look
when
at
it's
this
worse.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, girl, um, this is another special episode this week. Go ahead
Even
and
though
kick us off, Wangechi.
last week's episode was special because of
Last week's
issues.
episode was special in the she rides the
No,
short bus kind of way.
was friend. We're gonna pretend they didn't just say that. Last week
Okay,
was
not
the issue of all issues. Like we were not meant to record. I don't know. Like I don't know if it was the ATL scammers bugging our episodes. Okay, if it was the New York
maybe.
restaurant got some hackers or what, but they were like, "This is not what you need to be discussing, honey. Get out of our
Listen,
business." So
right?
today we're in our own business. Okay.
Period.
For
We're
once.
staying in our lane. We are minding our own.
Okay. Speaking of us, honey, so as you may or may not know, my sign, my zodiac sign, I'm a Scorpio, honey, and Team Scorpio. Don't get stung, but you know, you'll never know if it's coming anyways.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
Brian is an Aries, and you will get stung several times. Look at their face.
Baby,
Like
these
they're
horns
waiting to
are not
not
just
even
for
sting
show.
somebody, burn somebody.
Yeah, these horns are not just for show. I
Mm-mm.
buck. I buck.
Booking, booking. Like a
It's-
mechanical bull. So yeah, I thought it'd be fun for us to do like a little astrology thing, friend. Like see our compatibility, you know. Granted, this is only based off our sun signs. So you got to take it with a grain of salt because for all my non-astrological peeps out there, there's like
Per.
a whole thing. Like your sun sign is literally just the day you were born, but there's so many other signs, houses that determine your personality and how you'll be. And it's based off the time you're born, the location, you know, because it's like, where were the stars at that time? Blah, 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 blah.
Mm.
I'm from Kenya, honey. Kenya birth certificates don't give the time. And my mother, Lord bless her mind, she had three girls almost all 30 years ago. So her memory in terms of when we were born is very not
Listen,
the strongest. She's like, I think you were born after midnight. It was dark out, but it wasn't morning yet. Ah,
girl, she
so
was too.
I'm still trying to figure out my rising sign, and I've just concluded that I'm gonna figure out what time I was born based off which conclusion fits me best. So
I'm done.
that's TBD. TBD. Brian, do you know
Well,
what time you were born in?
I yes, I pestered my mom 50 billion times to tell me when I was born. I'm like, girl, I don't care how doped up you were on them fucking what are they called? Muscle relaxers or whatever on the epidural, but I need to know what time was I born. So she finally told me, and I know my sun, moon, and rising. Shout out to CoStar. This is not a free promo, but
Co-star, we don't shout out her. I'm pretty sure
well,
she had some not so great news recently, or not recently, maybe in the last 2 years, but
that's where I got my chart from. So we're just gonna go off of that. How about that?
well, I wasn't asking for us to give us a breakdown of our signs. I was thinking more so that we test our compatibility given our
Okay.
signs.
All
But you
right.
can read yours, like since you know, like your rising and stuff.
Yeah.
Just say it, and the people can be like, "Oh, that makes sense." Wait, what?
Okay. So my sun is obviously Aries. If you know, you know, the
Obviously.
leader of the pack, the one and only.
Are you sure it's not
Uh
Leo?
well, if Leo the lion want to be leader of the pack, they should have definitely started at the beginning of the year. Anyway, um so the sun sign determines your ego, identity, and role in life. It's the core of who you are, and is the sign you are most likely to already know. My sun is in Aries, meaning I'm fundamentally assertive and persistent, courageous, naturally competitive, and fiercely independent. I push things forward with energy and enthusiasm and persevere through anything. I need to learn to understand other people as complex wholes. Um, in my seventh, so it's my Aries sign is in my seventh house, meaning I feel I need to distinguish myself from others through close relationships and long term partnerships.
Wait, your seventh house. Do you have a breakdown of what the seventh house was? My sister was describing me the different houses, and I don't think we need to go through all 12 of them. But what's your
Girl,
seventh house since your Aries is in your seventh house?
uh,
I think your
girl, I
seventh
don't.
house controls relationships, right?
Yeah,
Like
so it said
romantic, one to one.
yes, since it's in my seventh house, it means I need, yeah, close relationships and long term partnerships. So relationships based, I think, is the seventh house. I honestly don't know what the houses mean. I just did this because like a bunch of like my
Friend.
Caucasian coworkers were doing theirs. They were like, "Oh my god, Brian, what's yours?" I said, "Girl, I don't know." And they're like, "Oh my god, you should come back with your date and time, and we'll totally figure it out." But yeah, so that's my sun in Aries, and it's in my seventh house. So it gives sight into my relationships. Do you want to do yours, and then we'll go moon next?
My sun is in Scorpio. I don't know which house it's in. Um, me and my sister were like trying to figure this out last night, and I like either my rising is also in Scorpio or my rising is in Libra, but neither of those really seem accurate to me. It could also be in Virgo. Like that's where like these conclusions are not giving accurate.
Oh,
Um, but
interesting.
TBD. But yeah, I can give like my Scorpio and Sun meaning. First, just stereotypically, um, the Scorpios are known as like mysterious, dark, brooding type energy. We're a water sign, right? Yeah, water sign. Comfortable with dark themes. Oftentimes, Scorpios are like comfortable with the darker side of life and death. Very private and secretive about topics they care about. Very driven, have strong beliefs, often secretive about topics they care about. Oh, I should take from the email that my sister sent me because my sister's much better at this. I'm like a fake astrology girl. I'm just like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Let me do my assigned readings.
I'm dead.
So that like I know what people are talking about when they mention this. But otherwise, like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know it like that. I just know the basics. I know Tauruses and like Virgos and Cancers because those are like my favorite people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Scorpios are known for their intensity. Am I intense? I don't think so. Determined folk who throw themselves into whatever they do. Getting them to
That's
commit
true.
though is rarely easy.
Oh, brother.
Um, Scorpios have plenty of willpower. They do what they want and won't go out and grab it at the wrong time. A lot of this is like very nice. Let's see if some of the stuff they need to work on. Other than they can't commit to anything. It's better not to even try to get them to do anything. That is accurate. If I want to do something,
Oh my
let me
God.
do it because as soon as you tell me I need to do it, now I'm not gonna do it.
She's
Like
not.
don't
She's
tell
not.
me like when you're about to wash the dishes and your parents are like, these dishes need to get clean.
You're like, you
I
know
was about
what?
to
They
do
could stay
them
there.
in 30 seconds. Now I'm doing them in 2 hours. Thank you so much.
Listen, if you, like, you know that Jill Scott interview with Breakfast Club where she goes, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. That
Don't,
is
don't,
Wangechi
don't.
encompassed into like a quote. If I could, honestly.
Yeah, like
That is so
unless
accurate.
you signing my checks, helping me pay these bills, babes, get out my
Get
get out
out
my
my
mind.
black ass business.
So short description: Scorpio's physical energy, courage, strong passions, strong sexual powers, pow. Per potential issues:
Um,
he is suspicious, defiant, extremist, sometimes vindictive. I love a good revenge story. I think we've talked about that before already.
yes.
Yeah. So that's Scorpios and
Ooh,
Aries. Was there anything else
child.
you wanted to mention about Aries?
No, I think I got most of it out. Um, yeah, that was mostly it. Yeah.
So I did this cafe astrology site, whatever. I don't know if they're the most reliable site, but they're what I saw was recommended. And I just put in our birth dates. And again, take it with a grain of salt because we don't have all the info. It's just our birth dates. So I think they're assuming we're born at midnight, probably in North America, none of which is accurate. But off first glance, I don't know if you saw this, Brian, if you're able to see, but it's like it talks about where your planets are at certain like values and stuff like that. And our
Mhm.
Venus, our Jupiter, our Uranus, where our signs are in these different planets, I guess.
Mhm.
And then so either we're like on opposition, we're in square, which I think square is a good thing, or we're in trine and sextile. I should probably have looked up what those mean. Brian, do you want to look up what they
Okay.
mean? All I know is that I
What does
when I'm
what mean?
looking opposition, square, trine, sextile, and conjunction.
Oh, girl.
I'm
Sorry,
sure
I'm
if
not.
you type in like three of those, they'll pop up. And put like astrology, opposition,
You
square,
said opposition
square,
square
trine, trine, sextile, and conjunction.
sextile
Yeah,
and conjunction.
yeah.
Girl, you teaching me some new words.
I know. Look at this. This is really astrology 101 course right now.
Okay.
Like we're learning together. We needed Miss Essie Bijou here. She would have been like, "Oh,
She would have been a great
actually,
guest to have on.
if your Venus is in trine, y'all are fucked. But if your Mercury is squared, then that means y'all will never have any issues and y'all are meant to be."
Okay, so conjunctions, oppositions, and squares are considered hard aspects.
Say that again.
Generally, they're considered hard aspects.
Okay.
Um, more potent and more challenging. Okay. Opposition can lead to union and compromise, but can also cause conflict, drama, and struggles. Oppositions can teach us that change or compromise is necessary to move forward. Trine can bring luck, harmony, and opportunity. It can be easy to move forward, and things can present themselves with little effort. Let me see what else we got here. Okay, great conjunction occurs when Jupiter and Saturn appear closest together in the sky, which happens about. Okay, that doesn't give me anything.
Well, they have planets by them. Should I read what it says, then you can try to decipher it based off of what the opposition says or the conjunction or whatever? Okay, let me read the first one and then you tell me if you can make sense of it. So
Okay.
we have our our Mercury and Jupiter is square. I don't think I'm saying that right.
Okay, hold on.
Um,
So Mercury
wait, so
and
you're in Jupiter. I don't know.
girl.
It says okay, let me say what it says. Negative 163 square Mercury Jupiter. So whatever that means, okay, square
Hey,
Mercury Jupiter.
chat,
It's
if you know what that means, go ahead and put it in
help.
there.
Help
Help
me.
us.
It says it's a challenging aspect. It says they don't always share the same ideas and their tastes are different. This can lead to a few tense moments due to lack of understanding. However, this shouldn't be too difficult with patience and tolerance. I feel like that's accurate for us.
That is very accurate because we do have
Very
a
accurate.
very different tastes.
Very different.
Very different
We're
tastes.
saying right now, like, but I think it's funny that we both have on green, but you see the different shades of green, how different they are. That's like so
She's
symbolic.
giving dark academia. I'm giving very much cozy, sage green. So
That's us. Like at the end of the day, we both want green, but how it looks,
very different.
yeah,
And it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing.
right.
But if it's
But
a
we
bad
always
thing, we always work through it.
I think that's why it's good they highlighted the patience and tolerance because I think we do express that a lot for each other. Because if we did
We have
not,
to
then
no, because we have to be very patient with each other when it comes to a lot of things.
yeah,
Because
facts. So that one
if
is
we weren't,
baby.
we would
I
not
don't
be
know if we would
friends,
have gone past like 5 episodes.
girl. Podcast graveyard.
I- so that is our negative 163 square Mercury Jupiter dash Jupiter.
Okay,
So
what's
next
next?
is I think the negatives are like not good. I don't know.
I mean,
A
I
lot of
wouldn't
these
think
numbers
that
are
they're
negative,
good.
like a lot of
Okay,
them. But this one is ooh.
should we even know each other?
I know. No, because this one says, okay, negative 142 square sun dash Jupiter. And instead of challenging aspect, it says negative aspect, like literally just negative. It says, while they get on well, when they first meet, sharing the same ideas and tastes, with the years, their ideas change and do not develop in the same way. They will no longer understand each other and could split up because they no longer love each other, have nothing more in common. I don't want to read anymore.
Oh my god, no! Please stop. Ew. Why? Why
Damn,
would you?
not they plan on our downfall.
It be your own people. You
Yeah.
bitches don't support me.
They
Bitches
said, yeah, y'all
planning
are
for my
real cute at
downfall.
first, real TTT. And then
So
after a while, there's no love to be had.
my thing is though is like, so when does our growing apart start? Because babe, this is 20 years plus.
We just ended. Like, I don't know. We made a good. We're about to go through a whole quarter life of just friendship.
No, seriously.
So
And
that one might not be so accurate. I don't think.
yeah.
Negative 129 square sun dash Jupiter. We got a lot of Jupiter placements or something like that. Negative
Okay.
aspect.
Wait, pause. Was there a positive aspect to the other one or was it all just negative? I'm guessing.
I
Oh
see
no, you're right. You
negative,
did say
negative, challenging, 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 positive, challenging, challenging, challenge, positive. There's two positive.
Out of how many challengings and how many negative? Jesus. Okay. All right. Just read the next. Go ahead. You were saying.
This is our
Sorry.
last one in Jupiter, negative. Oh wait, no. I read that one already. Oh no, it says the same thing. We have another one. I don't know. Our square sun Jupiter also says the same thing as
Um.
before. We're just gonna go to the next one. Negative 86, square Mercury dash Uranus. Challenging aspect. You know, challenging last time wasn't, it's like all relationships are challenging to an extent if
Yeah.
you really know each other. Okay, they frequently are impatient with each other. If they live together, there may be frequent disputes and tension. They should make an effort not to continually challenge one another's ideas.
Cut the motherfucking cameras. No, because I'm not doing it. Cut the motherfucking.
Well, yes. I told you we don't need to live together. Thank you for validating me, Cafe Astrology.
Wow.
I didn't think it
Honestly,
was gonna be that though. I didn't think it'd be that. I didn't think because of frequent dispute and tension. Frequent.
okay. Let me ask this. So, is this on like a friendship or is this more like a romantic like
I think
thing? Because if it's romantic, oh, well, no. If it's
it's just
friendship, then
to
it makes
another
sense.
person, so it doesn't have the romantic
Oh,
aspect.
this is very interesting.
So I think it's very surface level type of relationship, maybe.
Okay.
And then maybe we should do we need to do a, I don't know, 2
Part
or 3
two.
parts. One with Esther to actually break this stuff down. And oh my god, she just texted me.
The universe is crazy, honey. Anyway, girl.
Why is
Okay.
there's a hold on. There is a how to pass a kidney stone by yourself video underneath our last
Can you
episode.
actually? Can you send me? I'm gonna go ahead and click on that immediately.
Let me
Because I'm trying
just
to pass this shit before we leave, though. Like for real. But
you just need to
wait.
click on our last episode and apparently it'll pop up because that's what's popping up under our episode this past week.
Like as in like suggested. Oh my god. You know.
Miss Esther said, keeping Brian's kidney stones in my prayers. Shout out to her. So that anyway, she needs to be part 2 of our video. Then part 3, we need it with our times and stuff. Cause this
Well, I know
cannot
my
be,
time.
yeah,
So
like we need to do it with like the rising, like our actual. So this is still all like, surface level. This is just to get the Aries and the Scorpios a generalization of where they can stand. But look at us. Like, anyways, don't live together. Thank you. Opposition Venus dash Venus. Challenging aspect. Their styles in expressing love and their preferred way to receive love are at odds. At odds. There can be very different ways of handling money and different tastes in art, decoration, and entertainment. This can be a real nuisance because there can be a lot of misunderstandings and wasted energy trying to explain oneself. Otherwise, it may be just fine if you agree to disagree.
because try being in a chat conversation between me and Wangechi and any of our other friends and trying to pick a restaurant to go eat at. I shut down her ideas. She shuts down mine. Like we can never go to the same restaurant. It always has to be like if
One
it
of
is
us
if
is like giving in to the other.
there has to be a compromise.
Yeah. And then it was our last one. Brian just hung up the phone and was like, y'all find a place and hung up.
Bye. And then we literally ended up going to somewhere that I much preferred even. No, because we walked into that place, Wangechi, and it
Oh yeah,
literally
was that the night where we tried to go to? It was 2
yeah.
Atlanta nightclub vibes. It was like,
Not only
whoa,
not even Atlanta nightclub, it was way too like lounge. I'm like, why? It's literally like 7 p.m. or it was around 7 or 8 p.m.
Friday,
on a Friday evening,
95
and
degrees.
y'all have this music blaring in my ears, hookah smoke hitting me left and right, and the A girls over there in the corner going up, and the security turning away the
Oh.
underage girls. It was a lot.
It was a lot in the middle of Douglasville at that. It was surprising.
But then the second place we went to was like such a vibe. It was so like it
Very
gave like Friday night
nice.
dinner. But I'm like,
Yeah,
how did we not see this before?
I don't even
Because
know.
the whole time me and you just kept commenting on like the playlist, being like, "Oh my god, I love this song. Oh my god, me too." Literally the whole
Oh
time.
yeah, at the restaurant. Yeah, they were playing good jams,
And
like
then we literally went back there
slow
again,
jams. Yes.
just the two
So we
of
don't
us.
have different tastes in everything.
It
And
takes
then
a
we
while
have
for us to find
outfits too for
commonalities. Yeah, we
fact.
did.
Fact. Now, if we can find a good place, we just need to stick to it because it's not very many places we're gonna agree on.
Not very many.
But at least we can
Well,
agree to disagree. I
I
think
guess.
we're pretty good with it. But like even with the money aspect, like I think we're seeing that with the podcast. We definitely don't be agreeing on the money aspect either. We're like,
You
okay,
gotta
yeah.
spend money to make money.
Like you gotta make money to spend money.
See? Two different. Meanwhile, I'm over here. It'll come back. Money goes in a cycle. It'll come back to
Yes.
us.
I think we did a money episode too, and I feel like we didn't even realize like it's in the stars, baby. Us disagreeing on this was was written in the stars.
We gotta come back to that money episode actually.
Yes, run it
Teach
back.
the girls, yes. Okay, what's next? What's next? Because I'm excited about this.
Okay, opposition Sun dash Venus. Challenging aspect. The two persons are drawn towards each other, my love.
We are.
But but the union can be unstable at times, largely because there will be inev- inevitably guy inevitably. How come I can say it, but when I look at it,
Indubitably.
inevitably be
Mm-hmm.
division, probably through
Oh.
misunderstanding on okay, here we go, on romantic levels, which may frustrate the partner. So I guess it's
Okay.
a romance aspect, which we don't have. But
But
we're
I will
fine.
say, yeah, we are because I be wanting to just call Wangechi 24/7. Like literally, we both work remotely right now, at least, and I'd be like, I should call her, but I'm like, no, I'm literally about to spend like a whole weekend with her. It's fine. But I'm like, wait, I need my, I need my fellow comrade.
Yes, it will be Tuesday, 1 p.m. and Brian is calling me and I'm like, did something happen? What's going on?
Did I
They're like,
miss a
"Can you say
meeting?
hi?"
No, I'm just saying hi. You couldn't have texted. You couldn't have sent a
No,
voice note.
literally, you can't send a voice note hi. Like,
Child,
and Brian is like, that's not the same. Like, and I'm like, I'm
it's
working. And they're like,
not.
we are too. Me too. Let's work together. Let's work. Let's be on
Let's
the phone
body
working.
double.
Yeah, that.
And when she's just like, nigga, no, I gotta focus. Bye. I love you. Talk
I'm
later.
like, well, love you, babes. But I will say, like, whenever I see something like in the news or on social media, like I'm like always sending it to Brian. I've had to try to pull back because I'm like, oh my god, I'm like I blow up their messages, like because I'm
Oh,
like, oh my god,
I
look what
never.
happened.
Oh, I don't. I don't hold back shit. If I see something, I'm like, bitch, look at this. And then she'll come back to him. Why do I have over like 20 tweets,
I'm like,
30
I just
DMs?
yesterday. I thought
And
I was
I'm
cut
just
up.
like, no, but I will
I
say
don't like that. Hmm?
there is a point to what they said about misunderstanding.
Hmm.
Wait, can you read that part again? What did it
Um,
say?
it says there will. Oh, you want me to say inevitably again,
Oh,
huh?
no, 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 no,
There
no,
will
no, no.
inevitably
They
be
will
division,
inevitably.
probably through misunderstanding on romantic levels, which may frustrate the partner.
Okay, I will say not on a romantic level, but on like a friendship platonic level. I will say when we've had like our disagreements, like that one time when when there was a bit of miscommunication about like hanging out and I felt a specific way or I felt that you should have behaved or gone a specific way and you were like, why would I have done that? When did I ever
Oh,
give you that inkling that I would have done? You remember
that I
that?
would do that, yeah.
Yeah, like we never
Facts.
did that before. I don't know why you thought today was. So I'm just like, we've definitely had instances where it's like
Our approaches are
miscommunication and it can like cause division in that sense.
Yeah, because how you thought I should have approached it, and I think maybe how you would have approached it if you were me is different than how I approached it. And when you were telling me how I should have approached it, I was like, no, baby,
I was
not
never
it.
gonna do that. It was never gonna be. It was never gonna be me. It was never gonna be me. So for you to even think that
To
is
even think that that would
beyond
be
me.
my figure.
No, I
So
kind of like this because it gives me a little bit more insight into like our relationship. I guess I've never really like introspectively looked at our relationship like that, like really deep
yeah,
down. Damn.
yeah, it's kind of like, oh, Brian's just like that, so Brian's like that. Wangechi's like that, 'cause she like that. But it's like, oh, let me understand why. It kind of helps. Like, okay, I need to just not make a big deal out of it. That's just like
Because we are
maybe,
just two different, very like polar opposites of the same spectrum.
yeah, we're on two different sides, honey. Opposition, as this says.
Oppositions and
Opposition
challenges,
aspect, challenging aspect. Oh, is this
literally.
a
This is a
positive
positive.
aspect?
Finally, God.
76. Trine Venus dash Uranus.
Okay,
Positive
C's still get
aspect,
degrees, y'all. Okay, 76. C's still get degrees.
period. Positive aspect, union or love will be very strong. Not especially intellectual, but sensual. And full of romanticism and
I will
originality.
say, I think it's time that we go ahead and come out, and tell the folks, Wangeshi and
I know
I,
poly relationships are not that popular at this time. Like in me, you know.
we have been in a polyamorous throuple,
Hmm.
dating as far back as what, this summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all heard it here first.
Untitled
Very
Africans
happy.
podcast exclusive.
Yeah, and imagine like I feel like all the time you see the poly relationships, it's like one guy and a bunch of girls. This time it's female, male, non-binary, bitch. That's the real key. Y'all
Look,
need one of each.
even though our significant other does not does not
Claim
think that
it.
does not claim us at all. Be like,
Still in
I have
denial, but it's fine.
he'd be like, I have a girlfriend. Like anytime your boyfriend calls, I'd be like, hey babe. And he'd be like, hi Brian. He'd be like, I said babe.
You know, our relationships are work in progress.
And then whenever he like hangs up the phone, you'll be like, all right, love you, babe. I'd be like, love you. Be like,
Yes,
and he'll be like, bye, Brian. I'd be like, say it back.
honey. Say I
It's
love you.
okay. Anthony, it's okay. I understand. It's hard for us people who come, from
A
families
different
who don't
background.
show, love like that. So it's
Hmm.
all love. Y'all, I really hope y'all don't take us seriously. We are not in a polyamorous relationship for real. We are just kicking it in jokes.
Just wait till our podcast blows up and they're gonna start taking screenshots. Somehow they're gonna find my Insta post with all three of us hugged up on each other. Gonna be like,
They're like,
the
this,
demonic Illuminati triangle of
I'm dead, not demonic Illuminati
untitled,
triangle.
untitled
Child.
Africans,
But
the
yeah,
untitled
we are
Illuminati babes.
new podcast name,
Oh,
Untitled
but it also says,
Illuminatis.
not me losing it, or one positive aspect. Oh my god. Okay. You could find that you encourage one another to drop many of your inhibitions. This relationship often encourages and or respects independence and freedom.
Oh,
Fact,
absolutely. Because I
fact.
was the one willing to allow Wangeshi to walk around Mexico by herself. Meanwhile, none of our friends were like, "Are you joking?" But I'm like, "She's been here before. She'll be fine.
Oh
She got
yeah,
her
when I was like, just
phone."
for shopping, I know the
Yeah.
area.
She's like, "This is my space, my area. I live here." I said, "Yeah, let her go."
Yeah. I also feel
And
like
then,
in terms of like also just like our raunchiness a little bit, we kind of like have a safe space to share that with each other. Like I'm gonna be like, yes, babes. Ooh, what else did you do? Ooh, no, you need to do
oh
that.
my god,
Oh,
another TMI. Wangeshi has seen my nudes.
oh yeah, I even forgot. They were hot. They
Thank
were mad
you.
hot.
Oh, wait till I take new ones in this new body.
Honey, I was just like, where's your OnlyFans? You see, this is what they mean. This is what they mean.
And
But I'm like,
then
no sales, like, I'll subscribe, babes.
And then I showed her my alt Twitter, and she was like, "Oh wow, Brian." I said, "Yeah,
Her. Yeah, I love that. I was like, do I need an alt Twitter? Like, this is so fun. Like, especially because my Twitter, I think, is very boring. People talk about seeing nudes a lot on Twitter, and I'm like, I don't really see that at all.
girl, come to
Or
the dark side. It's fun where I'm at."
I need to. Especially, hello, where's my Scorpio sexual prowess on my timeline?
Seriously, we need to fix
Mm,
that.
yeah. Okay.
What's
Square
next?
Square Mars dash Pluto. Challenging aspect. This is so funny because it's really getting into like sexual stuff now. Sexual passion sexual passion, but could be destructive or temperamental. It will be very difficult to pick oneself up after a relationship. If it ends, there are likely to be hard feelings. All I got from that is that we would be sexually compatible. There would be a lot of passion together, which I
I
agree.
believe that. I believe that.
Yeah. And we don't have
Yeah,
to worry
boy.
about our relationship ending because we don't have those, honey, all that extra that these
Extra.
hetero relationships got.
I will say, if this friendship, God forbid, ever ends, um,
Mm.
I think it would be like the description. The best way I can think about it is like it would be volcanic, like Earth, Earth moving, tectonic plates like shifting. If
You think
this,
it'd be like a dramatic end?
oh bitch,
I'm
there would
dead.
be. I'm just gonna say it would give like very much like reality TV tease.
Real
Like we,
Housewives.
babe,
Yeah,
like
because what was that
there are
you were talking?
there are like there would be corners. People would have to choose sides.
I
It would
don't
be
know. I don't think
bad.
so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I could see there being hurt feelings and like a lot of
Oh,
like
my feelings would be
stonewalling.
heard. My feelings would be heard.
Oh, you think they would be or they wouldn't be?
No, they would be, because I
Yeah.
knowing me, girl. Literally, that one fight that we had, I literally was like in my feelings about it, and like we didn't talk for like 2 weeks,
What
and then it
fight?
was like the one I just mentioned previously. This is how
Oh,
you
did you
know
not
when
talk
get
after
you.
that?
We didn't talk for like 2 weeks. You see how I'm the emotional one, and I like remember all this. Meanwhile, when Getcha was like, "Girl, you was crying over that little thing."
I did
Child,
not.
bye. That was not that big of a deal. Please.
You know what it never was?
It never gave. It never gave. And it was
My
never
bad,
that deep.
friend. I didn't realize you were hurt over it like that. I'm sorry. Is it too
A,
late to apologize?
a little.
I
I can
also feel
only
like that's very Scorpio to be like, "Oh, your feelings were hurt. Oh, my bad."
But you know what's so crazy for me though about that is like I can, when my feelings are hurt, like I just dissociate, and I just like, I don't know if that's the
What,
Aries, but then
separate?
also like, yeah, but then I don't know if that's the Aries or my moon in Capricorn or my rising in Virgo.
Oh, I could definitely see that Virgo.
Those three,
You don't stand a chance.
like, as our friend Courtney likes to say, Brian would literally leave a man in the desert without water if he breathed wrong. I'm like,
Mm,
did you just
fact.
breathe through your mouth and not your nostrils? Yeah, you gotta go. Mm-mm.
Goodbye. No,
But then
fact.
but you hurt me. Oh, I become a stone cold.
I don't want to experience that.
Yeah.
Honey, I hope I never experienced that. But shout out to what would be our sexual passion. That was
Ooh.
my conclusion from that.
I think our sexual passion would in this sense it would relate to our like fight, like our heated
Oh
if we ever
yeah,
think
because
of
like
loves.
everything, yeah, we're just very passionate individuals. Like even like, yeah, honey,
Could not handle us, honey.
honey, it's me too much. Okay,
Ah,
opposition Venus dash Saturn. Challenging aspect. Did I read this already? This can bring difficulties to the union. Although difficult, it's an aspect that is often found in long-term couples. Over the long term, it can be very difficult for Venus to feel natural and comfortable in Saturn's presence. Oh, we need to know which is Venus, which is Saturn. As Saturn may at times appear too austere, cold, or distant. and can put Venus ill at ease.
So who's
If you
wait,
had to
which
guess,
one?
who do you think was who? It says it can be very difficult for Venus to feel natural and comfortable in Saturn's presence, as Saturn may appear too cold, too distant. So let me
You're
see.
Saturn, I'm Venus. How much you want to bet you're Saturn, I'm Venus?
Don't even know how to read this. It was negative 56.
Am I
I think
I'm Venus
I'm
100% in
Venus.
this.
I'm your Venus.
I'm your
It
fire,
says
your
I'm Venus,
desire.
I think. Is it negative 58 actually?
Oh,
Negative 58. It says that I'm, what did I just say?
you're
I'm Venus.
Venus? Really?
I don't even remember what I read, so I don't know what that means.
Something about Venus would feel uncomfortable
So I
being
feel uncomfortable because you're too cold.
oh.
I think that's what it's saying because I said I'm Venus, right?
Mhm.
And Venus, it can be very difficult for Venus to feel natural and comfortable in Saturn's presence. The Saturn may appear too cold, too distant. Could put Venus ill at ease. Maybe that's one of the ones that it's like, okay, maybe we need our something more
Astrologer to come
specific.
in here.
Yeah,
Where am
because
I?
off rip, I wouldn't really agree with that. Would
See,
you?
that's interesting. I would.
Oh, you would?
But
As
in this
me being
case,
Venus and you being Saturn?
the flip, the reverse. I
The
would be
reverse,
Venus.
yeah, I could see a little more. Because, like,
Yeah.
you're super forthcoming. And sometimes I'm like, I'll
I
talk to you
gotta
in 7 days, please.
drag it out of her. Drag it out of her. Like when we were at dinner, that famed dinner now, that
Mhm.
of the botched restaurant in
Oh,
Douglasville. Literally everybody at the table spilling. It's now the restaurant is closing. We did not even get to Wangechi.
I don't be having anything to share. Like, I just
But
be
I'm
feeling like,
saying
what am
like,
I supposed to share with y'all? Like, whatever. I feel like some things y'all want me to share that like need to be discussed with the therapist, and it's like I've already shared this with my therapist. I've already talked about it.
and I think that's why then that's why I and that's where the Saturn comes in, where it's like cold and distant.
Oh, so it appears like cold and distance, whereas to me, it's like
Mm,
illogical for me to share that.
yeah. Sometimes, it's great to have an unbiased third opinion, but sometimes you want your bitches on your
Sometimes you
side.
want some bias. That's fair. That's fair. I could see that kind of.
Yeah. And that's why I said next dinner, you going first
I would share. I'll be like,
on
it
the spill
started
sesh.
at November 4th, 1996.
Girl,
Hey,
I can tell you've
girl.
been crying and you needing somebody to talk
Then
to.
it'll be an hour and a half
Oh.
in, and I'll be like, and then that's when I took a plane to the US. And the restaurant will be closing, and I'll be like, well, that's all, folks. Tune in next time
Thank
for more.
Well,
That's
that's
all for
me.
me.
See
Now
ya.
you know how I got to America. Now we're
I'm
super close.
dead.
Thing.
Dead, girl.
That's
I need
definitely.
another positive one, please.
I think the next, no, the last one is positive, so we'll end on a positive note.
Okay,
We got
great.
two more. Three more. Two more challenging and a positive. Okay,
Okay.
challenging an opposition sun dash lunar node. Um, challenging aspect,
Capricorn.
a great attraction for each other. Ow. Will make them try to live together, but life together can be difficult at times as they often find they're working towards different goals. They're really eating us up, friend. They're like clocking us
Clocking our tea bag.
bad.
Damn,
Like that's crazy. Well,
bitch.
yes. Actually,
Like,
try.
why would she say that?
And it's so funny because our differing goals, like they made themselves known like within like 24 hours. So it didn't even
When?
happen. So different goals. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm not trying to be no, actually I changed my mind because this is what I want. And you were
no,
like, well,
because
bitch, why would you even say that in the first place? That
can
you
I
wanted.
share the context of which you're discussing, please?
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. Because no, and then she tried, and then in her little Saturn way, no, not what is it that they say, in her little compromising way, she was like, well, we could be like the, Three's Company. I said, nah, bitch,
Three's companies too.
be fucking for
Mm.
real.
No.
No, it was never, no, it was never gonna be you. It was never gonna be you. So for you to even think, no,
Yeah,
no.
that was a fail, but just know that I
Oh,
tried. I tried. I lost
I
our
appreciate it.
report.
Well, and on that note,
Well, that's
y'all,
not for me, but I wanted to see our positive
you
aspects.
better find it. You better click back or something.
Okay. Talk to the masses. Just kidding, I found it. Opposition, Venus dash lunar node again. No, the other one was Sun dash lunar node. This is Venus dash lunar node. Challenging
Okay.
aspect. Without necessarily knowing it, they may encourage one another's bad habits or dependencies.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Fuck my
Well,
drag, right? Fuck my
I think we're
drag.
just
Just fuck my drag, right?
I feel like we just are both very encouraging of each other. Period. Like we're like if anybody's telling you not to do this, don't listen to them.
I wasn't
Like
gonna
that's
do it. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do
yeah,
it.
and we're like, no, do it. Do it.
Bitch, I
No,
did it.
do it.
No, because the amount of times we've literally just like, it'll be like the most chill night ever. We don't even have to say anything to each other. We just look at each other and then know exactly what the other person is thinking, and we're just like, yeah, it's about to
Bitch,
get.
we are fine tonight. Bitch, we are fine tonight.
And not even on like, no, like, oh, we just like to go out. Like, it'll literally, the most random thing. And all of a sudden, I know this party that's going on. There's this club that I heard about. There's
Mm,
this
mm,
function happening. I mean, we
mm,
can just
mm.
swing. Next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. We're driving. Girl, how many videos do you have on your phone of us driving after a night out, just blasting music, singing at the top
Oh
of our
my
lungs?
gosh, yeah, endless footage. We can make a movie with those clips. Like
Girl, that should be our reel for our intro for the
for
show.
our just a row of us partying. Honestly, it would be so lit. That's the one we hire somebody for. I'll find the clips. They need to edit together.
I'm at yes. Go ahead and find us the editor, y'all.
I also feel like it's like even beyond like the partying, like if you're like, I don't want to stay at this job, or you're like, I want to go
Girl,
hook up with this
quit.
person or something.
You better get
Even
you
with like
some.
the whole Ozempic thing, like I feel like you had a couple people that were like, you don't know the health issues. And I'm like, fuck it,
No,
Brian. Like,
literally,
fuck, like you need
literally.
tomorrow's not guaranteed. Like, do it.
And no,
Hello.
one get literally my mom was like my biggest like proponent of like, you need to know every like health symptom, everything that could possibly come from even going under this process. Meanwhile, I told Wangechi about it. She was like, fuck it. Yeah. Girl,
Sure.
pause. Were we not planning to go to fucking Tijuana together?
Oh yeah.
When
Yeah, I
because we
want
were
to.
because
You
we were
need
both just like, yeah, girl, I'm trying to da 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 whatever. And I was like, girl, me too. Let's go. Like,
girl
knowing good
too.
and well, we we don't know nobody in Tijuana.
No, but I
Don't
know somebody in San Diego, and it's just a little walk away.
see, encouraging just the worst behaviors,
I
the
just also
worst
feel like
behaviors.
I want my friends to always feel encouraged from me and like not judged. And so if they want to do something,
Yes.
I'm like, I want to be your like cheerleader the whole way. Is it always the best thing long term? Maybe not. Who's to
You
say? But
know,
YOLO. YOLO.
because I realized I don't just do this with you. I do this with other people too. And I did this on Saturday with our other friend. We were on our way to the housewarming, and she was talking about having to go literally right after her sister's bridal brunch to like a work thing. No, no, it was a church thing. Right after going to a church thing. I said,
Uh-huh.
girl, you better tell them folks An emergency on your part. Oh no. Lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. Here's $30. Put gas in your tank. Go to your sister's bridal brunch. Do
Do
not for
not
what?
do that.
I'm the person who no. When they say like we encourage each, I encourage people's bad habits. Oh, I do. I do.
We love the self-awareness, King. We love that.
If if you want somebody to co-sign your chaos, right here,
Me too. I will be.
right there, officers. There he is. I'm like, I mean, my thing is always my at least my motto has always been it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Mhm. That is definitely what Brian has told me a time or two, and I do kind of move that way a lot more, especially with my parents now. I'm like, "You know what?"
Fuck it.
And, now that I'm grown, they don't even really ask me to
It's not
forgive
that big
them.
of a deal.
They're
At the end of it all, like it's not that big of a deal. And then if you even like the kids say, do it for the plot.
back. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the vine. Gonna do it. Do it for
I gotta do it. All right,
Okay.
take us out of here with our positive.
Okay. Positive aspect in our sextile Saturn dash Neptune. Favorable
Oh,
union. Neptune brings dreams to Saturn if they're lacking, and Saturn brings common sense to Neptune when they're lacking. Purr.
so which one am I and which
All
one are
things
you?
I imagined. Let's see. 36 sextile. Let's see.
Because I feel like
I
you're
am I'm Saturn, you're Neptune.
okay. Read it again with with that in
So
mind.
Neptune brings dreams to Saturn if they're lacking, and Saturn brings common sense to Neptune when they're lacking.
Yeah,
I would
that
have
one I
guessed it off
100%.
rip, but now that I'm thinking about it, it does make sense.
No, absolutely,
Especially in terms of
absolutely.
this podcast, it makes a lot of sense.
Because babe, when I tell you I'm big picture, Wangechi's very much
Brian, no, Brian is a kite in the sky, just doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and I need the string. Like, here, baby,
bitch.
don't just
Bring
fly
your ass
away.
down.
Let's come. Let's fly with direction before you get caught in a tree, please.
Listen, and we love it, and we're here
Yeah,
for it, and I appreciate it because there's always got to be that somebody who's willing to run the credit card, but then there's always got to be somebody who's being like, bitch, consider the limit.
let's play. And then Brian will remind me like, "Hello, we have big goals, big dreams, big ideas. You're thinking small. You should be thinking big, beach."
Big. You think you
Mm-hmm.
small, you be thinking big, be
Mm.
literally. So I
I love
appreciate
that.
her.
Yeah, we really balance each other out in that way too.
I love it. I'm here for it. This was fun.
This was fun.
I can't wait till we actually have somebody on who knows what the fuck any of that meant. Um and knows like which planetaries and which houses, but at least, you know,
This is a
we got
start.
we gave the Scorpio Aries baddies out there, besties,
Mhm.
some insights into each other. I
Mhm.
think I definitely learned a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, same. I think so too. And I feel like if you are in a romantic relationship as a Scorpio with an Aries or vice versa, like, yes, y'all are going to have a lot of different opinions or, ways to go about things, but that can lead y'all to be stronger and more patient together instead of just being like, no, I don't want it
And
your way. Goodbye.
just and if it is a romantic relationship, just know the sexual passion would be fucking
Secret.
volcanic.
Oh my God.
Volcanic.
What if we're like the toxic kinds? It's like y'all don't need to be together, but like dick too bomb, like sex too good. Are those the Scorpio Aries matchups that are out here? The toxic ones that are just high fashion, high passion, high fire, high drive, but then their arguments are also the same. Their fights.
But I mean,
That's fine.
would you want it any other way though?
Mhm. Life
You
is about
know?
them high highs. Let them low lows.
Yeah.
They'll come back from the low lows.
Yeah. You come back. But when you're riding that high, baby, ride it high.
Mhm.
Go
It's
ahead.
time to
Go
go.
ahead, fly that thing
Go ahead and get a little
high.
can get a seat, okay, that you can swing on and ride high, baby.
Come on, somebody. Damn.
Get a
All
rope,
right.
get some
Go
whips
ahead.
and chains with it. No,
Come
that's not
on.
the direction we're going with.
I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the
Yeah.
air. Okay.
Let me tell you, when that music video came out, I was probably much too young, but I watched it probably 30 times in a row. I was
Babe,
like, oh my God.
I don't know what that lady was talking about, S and M. All I know is chains and whips excite me.
Excited me and something I didn't know there was to be excited.
This is the raunchiness that they were talking about. Go ahead, outro us out, Wangechi, because I can't.
Thank you so much for listening and joining us today. We hope we gave you some insight into us and look at us minding our own business. No tech issues because of it. Make sure you listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts on. That's Apple Music, Spotify, Podcast Addict, which never gets a shout out, but it will from me. And the one and only Revolt, honey. We are there too. If you want to see our beautiful faces and our ugly reactions, go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel at the Untitled Africans Podcast. That's all from me, Wangechi. Anything to say, Brian?
Um, we're right about it. I don't know what that was.
Bye.
Bye.